So in that game, as you advance the session, first one would be just let them play. Let them play, combine, even outside guys pass to each other. You must have done this 1,000 times. Then you limit the outside guys from not passing to each other, so they have to play the guys in the middle. As I said, obviously there'd be hopefully 4 or 5 in the middle. Then you would say, okay, so now there has to be a combination between the guys in the middle before they play out. Okay, so that again is now making them work harder. And then if they can play at least 3 passes in the middle, that's a gold bar. And then what I also like to see as well, and the reason I like 8 on the outside, not 4, is if I do penetrate and I'm here and there's a green there and there's a green on the opposite side, that green's worth double the points than this green. Why? Splits more, changes direction, different direction of the game. So again, emphasising players head up, looking for more options, not just looking for the easy pass. Because how many times, especially if you coach girls, I got it, I'll give it to you. I don't care if I'm under pressure, you take it, I don't want it. Give it back, I'm going to kick it to someone else. And if I kick it into their shins, that's okay, I just got to say my bad. Right? So again, just highlighting to the players, just keep possession, relax. And if you make a mistake, we'll work from it. But taking that first session, where it was passive, into something like this as an advanced session, there's a lot more involved in it. And again, that front foot shielding the ball is going to be vital in here and vital from the warm-up. That warm-up was a lot more challenging than our warm-up previously with just cones. Okay, so again, that's where you build towards. I left the cones and the pinnies out here because again, you're pitching now, you'd take your group onto the field, they'd put their pinnies on, you'd have defenders either side of the goal, and you'd be rolling in defender, 3 against 10, play. And why do you want to start off with numbers low on the defenders? Success. Your attacking session, you want to see success. You don't say, okay, 8v8, here we go. Why can't you do it? You want to see success. You want to give ideas. And then slowly build up the numbers, increase the intensity, increase the pressure. And then when you get to the last part, which is the game, it's real. It's FIFA rules. Okay, it's that last part. Can they do that in a game? And you may be looking, and if you see on all the lesson plans, there's always a part that says observe. Because you want to observe the players. Like I saw when the Greens, 2 defenders stepped up to make sure that they was attached to the play. If they lost it, they were back attached. That was the last thing we did off activity 2. The width wasn't immediate, and once I gave the width, suddenly Oranges kept the ball for fun. And the 2 centre-backs who had been working together were happy to work together with the ball again. So again, continuity. So feedback on how the advance would work.
I think with this type of session, I go back, like when Sonny and I were playing under Dave Kelly, like Patton plays really well, but the game sometimes is unpredictable. So really, how do you take that step to build that in? Because it doesn't go like 2 to 4 to 6 to 8. Sometimes the opponents dictate where you have to go. So
and what else dictates?
In the attacking third as kids, it's the hardest part of the game, is that final pass or scoring goals, and when they don't have that immediate gratification, oh, there's a 10, I'm going to play it to him. Oh, it's maybe a 1v1 here, like they struggle a little bit. So,
Paul, that's a great point, and I'll tell you why, and it wasn't scripted. What's the Shoreline curriculum? Because you wouldn't do this with your U8s. So what does our curriculum encourage at U8, U9, U10? 1v1s, take players on. We want you comfortable on the ball before we teach you. Other clubs, like maybe Oakwood, start with passing and patterns of play. We don't want to introduce this until we're comfortable. If I get a 1-on-1, I'm licking my chops, I want to take you on. Because that unpredictability, you know, we talk about the Liverpool team that just graduated college. If I said to Alejandro, every time you get the ball, look for 11, look for 7, I would just be putting him into a chisel and just hammering him into the ground. He's Argentinian. Do you think he wants to pass the ball? Do you think he's done all of that work to get the ball 30 yards from goal and he's going to pass it? That's why he played 21 games in a row for John Hopkins. Because when he picks the ball up, there's unpredictability. But what happens to that? The team moved accordingly. My number 9, who also played at Hopkins, moved because if he's got space, he could play me or he could do his bit and I'll finish it off for him. Players move accordingly, but you have to give them that freedom. You get a 7 or 11, we want them fullbacks taken on. And if you know that I'm playing with a guy wide, let's say I'm playing with Sam, and Sam likes more passing games than maybe Ross, then guess what? When Sam has it, I'm going to check for the ball. If Ross has it, I'm coming away. I'm going to really teach that fullback, you're under pressure here. So that I think is something we encourage, because your personnel is going to be different. You're going to have players who are happy passing and who want to take players on. And that unpredictability is what makes a team, right?
And the passing pattern, obviously the pattern was rigid. When you got that to 10v3, maybe 10v5, would you give the player the freedom to go there, but if that's now off, now we could...
100%. And what I would look for is similar to what I said for the 2 and the 3, is if a system changes and players make runs, how do we counterbalance that? So if our 10 comes out of that hole and makes a looping run, could 3 come into that place? So now Matt's made a run over here. I can't go with him because suddenly there's another player I've got to mark. And you find yourself readjusting to that. And now I see that Joey, who was playing 3, has gone to where Matt is because Matt's made a blindside run. What do my 2 centre backs do? Do they adjust? Joey's gone, guys, slide over. What does my 2 do? Does my 2 drop back a little bit? So how does that work? And that's what's great about our game, because you can't go, ref, time out, we're going to call this play. That's what's great, because how do you get that into them, that creativity? Because creativity is attacking or defending. How do you get that, this is what I need to do if this happens? That computer programming in their head all the time. Because that's what we see in the pros, right? And how does Germany always score 6 or 7 goals in the playoff, in the group games, and they still win 1-0 in the semis and finals? You know? Sorry, except in Brazil's case. But that's a very good point. And that's why our philosophy of our club is creativity first, patterns of play, team structure second. A great feedback. More feedback. You guys are new to the club, the younger coaches. You find that will assist you in helping break down areas?
Yeah, I find it difficult to break into that final third, but definitely.
And you could take that in stages. Just work with a 7, the 8, the 9 and the 2. Teach just them 4 kids on it. If you need to, just focus on that and then do the other side and bring the pieces together. And for the guys that are coaching the older ages, once you give them a pattern, if they don't know how to pass and move and do a lot of this stuff, you're really only just polishing glass at the moment. You can't go back and reinvent, open your hips, control the ball, because they're too advanced. They're high school players by now. And then obviously Paul has to now take that to the next level with a college player, 21, 22, 23, maybe from a different country, different language, and integrate a system.
But I think, you know, that the fullbacks stepping in when they have to cover for in the middle on coming back, I think that on our older boys, that's something that they lack a lot, not understanding how to read the game. So that helps them to read the game better.
I think a lot of that though comes from, well, I don't know about up here, but the lads that I coach, especially my U13s, they don't watch football. They don't watch the game.
They stop at the halfway.
No, you're right. That's it. You know what? If we were going to discuss the flaws of an athlete, you know what I mean? Watching it would be definitely one of them, right?
They don't watch the game. You can't.
And that's where part of our coaching, our job as a coach, starts with motivating and starts with growing the passion and starts with getting kids to love the game. And we take kids over to England every year, and in the hope that every year they come back a more enriched person, a lover of the game. But we can't force feed them to do that, because I tell you what, I bet they don't watch 162 baseball games or 62 basketball games or however many hockey games there are. But they'll watch maybe the Sportslight Centre 3-minute clip of what happened yesterday. You know, or it'll be on their Twitter account, Instagram, social media. But we have these parameters to work with. You know, you go back 60 years and you never saw football unless it was your home team playing, because you never went to away games. So, guys, I want to thank you. Let's thank Andrew for standing out in this rain. He was absolutely fantastic for us. And I want to thank you for coming out. I know that, you know, us Englishmen, this is a sunny day. But for the rest of you guys, again, not every club does this. And not every club thinks this is important. And not every club thinks that, you know, asking you guys for you guys to want to do this because you want to give more to kids is what drives me. It really does. I just love the fact that we're doing this because we love kids. We want to work with them. We want to get more out of them. We want them to enjoy the game more. We want to give our customer, our parents in our club, a big enough product to say, we're giving you as much as we can. If your kid doesn't grasp it, it's not from our want of trying. It's not from our lack of passion. You know, again, I think you guys could all have a lot better things to do on a Saturday afternoon than come out here and pull your muscles in the rain. So, Thanks, guys. And as always on Shoreline, we'll finish on 3.